After the FBI issues a warrant and Elon Musk sues Whoopi Goldberg, she disappears and says she is afraid of being deported by Donald Trump. As one of Hollywood's most famous people, Whoopi has never been afraid to argue with famous people on TV. But this time she's not just arguing verbally, she's on the run. Is Goldberg really breaking the law, or is she just trying to avoid a much bigger purge? Could this be a power struggle between media politicians and tech billionaires? She fears deportation. What exactly is she afraid of? Is the truth what she can't reveal? These are just my thoughts. I dare not say for sure. In the bright lights of Hollywood, Whoopi Goldberg has always been a shining star. With a career spanning decades, she has left an indelible mark on audiences through her iconic roles and unique style. But on a March morning in 2025, news of Goldberg's sudden departure from the United States shocked everyone. The reason was said to be an FBI warrant issued after a lawsuit by billionaire Elon Musk. Rumors of Whoopi Goldberg's departure from the United States started to spread on social media and news sites. Several sources said she had taken a private flight to an unknown destination just before the arrest warrant was issued. Some fans were worried. Many people were shocked and confused by this news, while others didn't believe it to be true. According to sources, Goldberg got on a private flight late at night, just hours before the arrest warrant was issued. Her destination is still a mystery, leaving many people to guess where she went. Some think she may have gone to Europe or a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the United States. The secrecy surrounding this flight only made people more interested in her whereabouts. Many people think she knew about the arrest warrant and had already made a plan to get out of the country safely. Goldberg's fans were shocked by the news. Many were worried about her and hoped that everything would work out. On forums and social media, many shared memories and affection for the actress and wished her a speedy recovery from her problems. Goldberg's departure from the United States raises many questions. Is she just hiding to avoid media attention, or is there something more serious going on? What is the FBI warrant related to Elon Musk's lawsuit? All of these questions remain unanswered, leaving the public curious and worried. The lawsuit between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg was caused by her comments about President Trump's policies. Goldberg said that she said, "You just gotta keep your eyes open, y'all, because if they can just come up and take somebody because they've decided that you're supposed to be that person, then any of us could find ourselves being deported to some country when we've never been there." These comments caused a stir and got a strong response from Elon Musk. Musk, who is in charge of the Department of Government Effectiveness, was angry about Goldberg's comments and sued her for slander and damage to his reputation. The lawsuit quickly got a lot of attention from the media and the public until it was over. After the complaint was filed, the FBI began an investigation and found some evidence related to Goldberg. Based on this evidence, the FBI issued a warrant for her arrest, but details of this evidence have not been released, leaving the public wondering about the seriousness of the case. The media quickly stepped in, reporting on Goldberg's departure from the United States and the FBI warrant. Major newspapers and TV channels focused on the case, analyzing and guessing about her reasons for leaving and her current legal situation. This attention put even more pressure on Goldberg and her family. At this time, authorities are working together to find her and bring her back to the country to face the charges. Fans and the public are still closely following the case in the hopes that the truth will soon come out and justice will be done. During her career, Whoopi Goldberg has been involved in many political controversies, but she has never been sued on such a large scale. When Elon Musk, the billionaire founder of Tesla and SpaceX, decided to sue her, Hollywood was hit with an unprecedented media earthquake. This wasn't just a lawsuit between two famous people, it also started a battle over freedom of speech, honor, and even politics. The conflict between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg wasn't new. The two had often criticized each other in the media, especially on political and social issues. Goldberg started the lawsuit by saying on a show that she was worried that Donald Trump's administration could abuse its power to deport people without clear reasons, including herself. "You just got to keep your eyes open, y'all," she said. "If they can just come up and take somebody because they've decided that you're supposed to be that person, then any of us could find ourselves being deported to some country when we've never been there." Musk, who is a strong supporter of Trump's administration, couldn't stay quiet. He said that Goldberg was spreading fear and false information on purpose to hurt the administration's and his own reputation. A few days later, Musk officially filed a lawsuit against Goldberg saying that she had slandered him and hurt his reputation. Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg had never had a good relationship. Goldberg had publicly criticized Musk many times for making controversial comments about politics, technology, and society. Musk had also responded by repeatedly making fun of Goldberg on social media, making things worse between them. However, their previous arguments had only reached the level of public debate in the media and never went as far as legal action. But this time was different. At a news meeting afterward, Musk said, "This isn't just about me." The person who filed the lawsuit said, "When someone spreads false information about an administration and a movement that is working to make this country better, it affects all of us, and I won't let it slide." Goldberg, who is known for being outspoken and not afraid of conflict, didn't stay quiet either. Before the lawsuit was officially accepted, she said, "If you want to sue me for speaking my mind, go ahead, but remember, I'm not the one who's afraid of the truth." Despite her strong words, it seems Goldberg didn't think things would get so bad that the federal government would get involved. Elon Musk's lawsuit started out as a civil suit for defamation, but soon after things quickly got worse when authorities started looking into Goldberg's statements more closely. The FBI reportedly found some information that could turn this lawsuit into a criminal case instead of a dispute between two people. The specific allegations from the FBI have not been fully released, but some sources say they have to do with security and internal information. A popular theory is that Goldberg may have accessed or shared some confidential information, which would make this case much more serious than a normal disagreement. Notably, Goldberg left the United States without explaining herself right after the FBI got involved, which added to the suspicions that she might have been planning the more serious case. Hollywood was shocked when the FBI got involved in this lawsuit. It's not often that a civil case quickly turns into a criminal investigation, especially when it involves a famous person like Goldberg. According to reports, the FBI gathered documents and questioned several people involved in the lawsuit, including members of Goldberg's team. Some sources even said that her computer and personal devices were searched, which led to rumors that she might have had or shared information the government didn't want the public to see. When asked by the press if the government was really getting involved in this lawsuit to protect Goldberg, the White House only said the administration does not interfere with ongoing investigations. But for many, this answer wasn't enough to clear up their doubts about Musk's ties to the police. As soon as the lawsuit became public, Hollywood was in a tizzy. People in the entertainment industry quickly split into two groups: those who supported Goldberg and those who supported Musk. Goldberg's longtime colleagues, including many actors, directors, and producers, spoke out in her defense, saying that this was an attack on free speech. Musk's supporters, on the other hand, said that Goldberg had gone too far and should be held responsible for her actions. Many of Goldberg's projects were also severely affected. Some studios started to think twice about renewing their contracts with her, and some sponsors also became wary. The biggest question now is whether this is the end of Whoopi Goldberg's illustrious career or whether she will find a way to turn things around. The mood in Hollywood has become more tense than ever. In just a few short weeks, one of the entertainment industry's biggest stars has disappeared, leaving behind a lot of unanswered questions. Whoopi Goldberg, an actress and talk show host, is now the subject of a criminal investigation based on accusations that no one could have imagined. But the biggest question still stands. When news of the FBI warrant hit, Hollywood went into a panic. No one could believe that Goldberg, an Oscar-winning actress, a powerful talk show host, and a respected figure in the arts, could become the target of a federal investigation. But the warrant wasn't just a rumor. According to reliable sources, the FBI has officially listed Whoopi Goldberg as a wanted person on charges of illegally accessing and using confidential information. This is bigger than a lawsuit, an anonymous government source said. There are things going on behind the scenes that the public doesn't know about. What did Goldberg do to get the federal government to react so strongly? The media didn't waste any time digging into every aspect of the case. Some leaked documents suggest that Goldberg may have accidentally or on purpose accessed sensitive information about important people in the tech and political world, such as Elon Musk. This became even more suspicious when the FBI not only looked into the civil lawsuit between Goldberg and Musk but also Goldberg's relationships with journalists, politicians, and even well-known hackers. One of the leaked documents showed that Goldberg had contact with a group that specializes in leaking confidential information. This led to a scary question: did she really have private information about Musk or another powerful person or group? If so, how did she get it? You don't just wake up one day and find yourself being hunted by the FBI. Something big must have happened, a political analyst said. Things got more complicated when Goldberg's personal emails and messages were also looked at. Some reports said that in the past few months she had been having secret conversations with social activists and investigative reporters. Were these just normal conversations, or did Goldberg really have secrets that some people knew? Some people didn't want Goldberg to say something important. She has long been a vocal supporter of privacy and government surveillance. She has criticized the ease with which major tech companies like Musk's Tesla and X can access users' personal data. In a recent discussion, Goldberg expressed her concerns. If they can track everything we do and say, then what kind of freedom do we really have? At the time, these words were just seen as a political statement, but now they have a whole new meaning. Some started to wonder if Goldberg was just a supporter of freedom of information, or was she part of a larger plot to reveal the secrets of the powerful. The media and the tech industry are at odds with each other over this case. Many experts say it's not just a criminal case but also a power struggle between the two groups. In recent years, Elon Musk has grown his influence in many areas, from technology and finance to media. After buying X, he directly confronted many journalists from major media outlets and even Hollywood, which has always been critical of him. On the other hand, Goldberg is one of the most powerful people in the entertainment industry and has a lot of power over the public. Her confrontation with Musk was heated. Some experts say that this lawsuit is only the tip of a much bigger problem. Musk may have tried to use the courts to bring down Goldberg, while Goldberg may be trying to find out a secret that Musk doesn't want to share. No one knows for sure, but one thing is for sure: this is not a normal lawsuit. The more we learn about the case, the more questions come up. Did Goldberg really do something terrible, or is she just a victim of political and power conspiracies? Some of Goldberg's co-workers have spoken out in her defense, saying that this is a deliberate attempt to discredit her. Whoopi has always been outspoken. On the other hand, Musk's supporters think that Goldberg has gone too far and is not just an activist but is also involved in wrongdoing. While Goldberg is still hiding, all hypotheses are still just hypotheses. But one thing is for sure: whether she is a fugitive or a victim, she has become a central figure in an uncompromising battle. The question now is, what will she do next? The atmosphere in Hollywood has never been this tense. The bright lights of the movie Capital now only show how deeply divided people are who used to stand together. Whoopi Goldberg was once seen as one of the most powerful and influential people in the entertainment industry. Goldberg's name is now more controversial than ever, but what's scarier is the lack of response from her many friends in the arts. People who shared the stage with her, walked the red carpet together, and fought for the same causes as her are now facing an FBI warrant, while Hollywood is filled with conflicting information. Who will stand by Goldberg? Who will turn their backs on her? And most importantly, who is using this to push Goldberg into the abyss? When news of the warrant first spread, people expected a strong response from Hollywood. Whether you liked or disliked Goldberg, no one could deny her huge impact on the entertainment industry. Aside from being an Oscar-winning actress, Goldberg was also one of the most powerful TV hosts in America, hosting The View for more than 20 years. What surprised people was that almost none of her close friends spoke out. There was no official statement, tweet, or defense. People were expecting Oprah Winfrey, who used to be close with Goldberg, to say something, but Oprah was silent. They were also waiting for co-workers who had worked with Goldberg, like Robin Williams if he were still alive, or actors who had shared the screen with her, but none of them did. Did they really think Goldberg is guilty, or are they afraid of even Goldberg's reputation wasn't safe from criticism? Some of her longtime co-workers and friends were willing to speak out even though they knew it could get them in trouble. Ana Navarro, a well-known face on The View, didn't hesitate to defend Goldberg on TV, saying, "This is outrageous. Whoopi has been a truth teller all her life and now they're trying to silence her. We need to ask ourselves who benefits from this joy." Bihar, another longtime colleague of Goldberg, was also skeptical about the lawsuit, saying, "I've known Whoopi for decades. She's outspoken, but she's not a criminal." Their words started a new debate. Is this lawsuit really about justice, or is it just about power? Some people spoke out in support of Goldberg, but others jumped on the bandwagon right away. An experienced actor who had worked with Goldberg before said in a cryptic way, "Maybe it's time for some people to take responsibility for their words and actions. No one is above the law." Notable people in the media who had previous disagreements with Goldberg also didn't miss the chance to criticize her. They said she had gone too far and used her position to manipulate public opinion, and now she had to face the consequences. These criticisms came from people who didn't like Goldberg, but also from people who liked her. Goldberg is not only facing a lawsuit but also a much stronger force that wants to delete her from the industry for good. When Goldberg's case went viral, Hollywood saw the split between her supporters and opponents. It also started a larger debate. Are artists really free to say what they think, or do they always have to be wary of becoming targets of powerful forces? Those who supported Goldberg said that this was an attack on freedom of speech. They thought she was being punished just for speaking out against powerful people. On the other hand, critics said that as an influential person, Goldberg had to be careful about what she says. They said she should be held responsible for what she said and that she shouldn't use her fame to spread harmful information without facing consequences. This caused a lot of disagreement in Hollywood, which could be seen on TV and movie forums, on social media, and at fancy parties that only insiders could afford to attend. The question of who is right and who is wrong is still not clear, but one thing is for sure: Goldberg is no longer a figure that everyone loves. In Hollywood, there is an unwritten rule that says you can make mistakes and have scandals, but if you have enough support, you can come back. But this time things are not that easy. If the lawsuit against Goldberg is real, it will be very hard for her to get back on track. Although Goldberg is a Hollywood icon, some producers are thinking about ending their relationships with her, and some projects she was working on have been put on hold indefinitely. Does Goldberg still have a chance to come back, or is this the end of her illustrious career? The flashbulbs keep popping off the glass of the federal courthouse, where the lawsuit between Elon Musk and Whoopi Goldberg is reaching its most intense phase. The woman who was once one of Hollywood's most powerful icons is no longer there. She left the United States on an unknown flight, leaving behind a lot of unanswered questions. But that doesn't mean that Elon Musk is giving up on the case. As the trials go on, the public is drawn deeper into an unprecedented media storm. Whoopi Goldberg has left the United States, but her lawyers are still fighting in court to defend her against Musk's accusations. It's important to note that Musk has no plans to back down. Justice must be served. It doesn't matter who you are, how famous you are, or where you run. The truth will always catch up to you, Musk said on X, getting millions of shares in just a few hours. The media plunged into an information war. Major news outlets like CNN and the New York Times, NYT Times, and the Washington Post started to look into Musk's statements in great detail, while other news outlets questioned his true intentions. Everyone wants to know what Goldberg really did and why Musk is so determined to pursue this lawsuit. Outside the courthouse, hundreds of people had gathered into two separate groups. On one side were Goldberg's supporters holding signs that said Whoopi is innocent. This is a media witch hunt. They believe that Goldberg is not a criminal but just a victim of a media purge. These people question Musk's true intentions, saying that the lawsuit is just a personal vendetta dressed up in legal clothes.
On the other side of the street there was another group. People chant completely different slogans. Nobody is above the law. Whoopi must be held accountable. Others think that Goldberg has something to hide and that if she was innocent she wouldn't have run away. The debate is even hotter on social media, where old clips of Goldberg are being analyzed to see what she said about Musk. Along with the more people talk about the lawsuit, the bigger it becomes, turning into a culture war between the media and tech billionaires. If Goldberg is found guilty, her decades-long career could end in an instant. Sources in Hollywood say that some major studios have quietly taken Goldberg's name off of lists of people they want to work with in the future. Brands that have worked with her before are also avoiding association with her name at this time. An anonymous source in the entertainment industry told TMZ that Hollywood is a place that forgives but never forgets. If this case goes against Whoopi, she might never make a comeback. But the more important question is, will Goldberg return to face justice? The FBI warrant is still valid and federal agents are still trying to find her even though she has left the United States. There are still rumors going around about where Goldberg is hiding. Some say she is in Europe where she has a lot of friends in the arts. Others say she is in a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the US. But can Goldberg hide forever? A source close to her told the media Whoopi is thinking about all. She knows she can't run forever. If she comes back, it will be on her terms. Does this mean Goldberg is planning a comeback? The public is split into two groups. One, Goldberg will reappear in a grand trial, making it the biggest news story of the year. Two, she will disappear and live a mysterious life somewhere no one can find her. There is no clear answer, but one thing is for sure: if Goldberg does come back, she will face a tougher legal battle than ever before. Hollywood scandals are common, but Whoopi Goldberg's case is one of the strangest cases ever. A famous actress running away in the middle of a legal vortex, one of the world's richest billionaires pursuing the lawsuit to the end, an FBI warrant issued, and a public more divided than ever. The final question remains unanswered: is this a story about justice, or is Whoopi just a pawn in a much bigger game? No matter what happens, Hollywood will never forget the lawsuit between Whoopi and Elon Musk. Will Goldberg come back, or is this is where Stack is now playing at 23:55. Time will tell if this is the end of a tale.